Hello, Steve here at West Green. I want to do a review today, show you what's in the box of a Connoisseur N7 Loco kit. These kits probably haven't been in production for 10 years. Jim McGowan stopped making this kit due to, I think as he said, and he can correct me on this, the castings or the mouldings are past their use by date, so he dropped the kit. Whether he introduces it again, well, that depends on demand, I suppose. I know he only does certain kits and drops some because he something to do with tax and going over GST or VAT levels. I don't know exactly, but anyway. So when I went to buy this kit around 2015, I was horrified to find that Jim had stopped making it. So this, I didn't build this. I repainted it and it really needs a repaint again. This is a Connoisseur N7. I bought this from eBay. I think it's from a Station Master's Runes a long time ago. And it was in L&ER black and I repainted it. And I also changed the motor. It came with a Mishima 1833. But I found the gearbox was a bit noisy, and even though I tried to adjust it by putting cigarette paper or equivalent of greaseproof paper between the worm and the gear, it didn't seem to change it. Anyway, so I ended up remotoring it, and I put a ABC Maxon mini box in it, and as you can see, it's got the unlike a worm gear, this will roll, and it runs very, very, very well. But anyway, enough of that. I still wanted to build one. So after searching for them for a long time and with no luck, finally, because I'm in a couple of O-Gauge groups, Facebook groups, someone who contacted me who just told me how much they like my videos and whatnot. What a fool. No. Anyway, so we got talking, and he said he bought a deceased estate from a mate of his, and he had all his stuff, and as it was, this was in it, and he said he didn't know if I was going to build it. So I said to him, look, give me first option, will you? And so he did, and so it's taken about a year, but here it is. The later kits would have had a photo on here. I spoke to Jim the other day, Jim McGowan, and he reckons this is from about 1993. And I reckon that's about right, because inside, the person who bought this and stored it bought the wheels. And the wheels were Slater's wheels. I'll show you it in a minute, where you'll see why I know it's old. So I'm just going to take the top off the box. I'm going to have a look inside. So I was trying to hook it up on a tripod over the top of here, so I got an aerial view of it, but I haven't been able to do it yet. I suppose there are ways to do it, I just haven't worked it out. Anyway, so let's take the top off. I'm going to have to stop this. Now, when you buy these kits, they don't come with motor or wheels. In fact, even in here it says, to complete this kit, 4 sets of, I told you, the Slater's wheels, 7858E and 7843, which I've got. These wheels came with it. These are new ones, that wasn't with it. But, I mean, look at it, it's got an email address on it, and it's got a barcode. Look at these ones. No barcode. Yeah, which set is it? One of them, or two of them. So I've got 2 sets of these. These are now £30, just under £30 each. So there's a clue, look at that, £8.80p. When was the last time a set of wheels was £8.80p? I'd say these were bought in 1993, 1994, whatever, that date. So this kit is 30 years old. So it came with the wheels, it says it came with the driving wheels. What it didn't come with, I don't know why, or maybe he lost them, I don't know, was these. These are bought recently, within the last few months. Also not included with this kit, but something, the person I got it from chucked this in for me. This is a Portiscat RG7, unused. So there's at least a couple of £100 worth of parts there. Altogether, if I was to buy this well, put it this way, I know, because Jim does the N10, and that's £310. So this would be, if we were selling this today, this would be £310, give or take a quid or two. But I think it would be 310. Anyway, so let's have a look what's in the box. Where's that drawing? Hold on. It comes with this lovely drawing, drawn by Jim McGowan, 1992. So it says drawing approximately to scale. Actually, the first one I opened it, I thought it was one of the isinglass drawings. But as far as the scale, if I lay that on top, it's pretty well bang on. So that's good. So it comes with that. Also now Jim on his kits, you get printed instructions, but all the kits are available to download as a PDF file, which is good. So it has this is a drawing, I really like things like this. The newer ones are better because it's PDF in the 21st century. So it's got all the etches, all the part numbers. And guess what? They relate to the part numbers in your drawing. I know it sounds obvious, but so many kits. There are just so many kits out there that don't do that. They say get this part of a fret, but it doesn't tell you where it is on the fret. You've got to know, which I think is pretty poor. And I'm talking some pretty expensive kits here. But anyway, so there's that and that. Without a doubt, if anyone who's built a Connoisseur kit knows they're simply the best as far as they're idiot proof. So it comes with this set of instructions. And look at the typeset. It's so last century. Not that there's anything wrong with it. And Jim goes through a couple of pages about basic things about how to solder and remove excess solder and what fluxes to use. Most of this is made for people who've never ever built anything, and he tells you how to do it. More to the point, if you rang Jim up, he would help you over the phone, because that's the sort of bloke he is. Again, there's the frets. It's nice to have it on a piece of paper. And of course, let me hold this open. What I really like about this is the Airfix type instructions, like basically you start at part 1 and keep adding 1, 2, 3, 4. You don't go to jump to another part, so it's all in order. And when you get to the end of the parts, you finish the kit. So there's 1, that's the top of the foot plate. 2's the buffer beam, there'll be 1 at the back here, can't see. Then there's a valence down the side. 3, oh blimey, look at that, 3. Isn't that amazing? So 4's the tank sides. So that's what you put on first. So anyway, I'm not going to open the frets. Although I can tell you they are beautiful. Because I've built many of his kits. I bought a J15 and then a J15, a J6. Also built the starter kit poly. So that's the boiler, which is pre-rolled, which is always always good. There's various miscellaneous bits of wire and rodding, plus this. Don't know what that's for yet, but I'll find out. just take that out. Well, you can see some of the parts anyway. There's nothing more in this. For instance, you can clearly see the tank side, the bunker, the cab. There's a few frets in here. Over this side, I think that's a roof. Yeah, it is a roof because there's cutouts there. There's spaces for the boilers, so that's all there. This is nickel silver, so this is the frames. You can just make it out. There's the 1, 2. You can make out the spring detail. So that's all there. And look, these are great. Also included, what have we got here? Miscellaneous parts. There's a spring that's for the pony truck. There's some really nice. I might get some of these out and show you. So what we've got here is some miscellaneous hardware. 3/16 bearings. There's handrail stanchions, some screws for fixing the body. That's a spring. That is for the trailing truck or pony. 2 sets of. There's a smoke box door dart, whistle. You've got vacuum brake, steam heating air brakes, because this was an air brake Loco, so it's got a, or the one I'm building will have on. I'll put the Westinghouse pump on because it's going to be a Great Eastern Loco. Stuff for building pickups, yeah, all sorts of stuff. This will be the first time it's ever been out of the bag. You're probably thinking, oh, fresh air after 32 years. There's a cast white metal backhead. A few things to go on that. There's a white metal regulator. I'm not going to take that one out because you can see that. What else have we got here? So obviously we've got there the smoke box door, the dome, the chimney, a few odds and sods are some sort of toolboxes, unless it's a lubricator. Westinghouse pump, which you may or may not fit. Various things. There is some dummy screw couplings, valves. They're the snifting valves that go behind the chimney. There's one there and one there. Now the buffers. There's nothing wrong with these buffers. Okay, they're not sprung, they're all cast. I could replace them and put sprung ones on. I know that Invertrains makes this type of buffer. It is sprung. It does have a screw and but the actual buffer housing is still cast white metal. It's got the bolt heads in it. So I may or may not use those. I don't know. So in here we've got a few other things. We've got a handbrake stand, the piano front that goes under the smoke box, the front splashers. Now a lot of kits, like my Warren Shepherd N2, up here, I don't know if you can see it, these front splashers, they're brass and you fold them up and then you've got to put the top on it. And they're great. Obviously you've got to bend it up and solder it right. But look, there's nothing wrong with these. And the great thing is, they're a no-brainer. They're already formed. You just got to either solder them on. Oh, I'll solder it. That's it. Put it all back in the box. Okay, let's draw some conclusions. First, this is one I've always wanted to build. Am I going to build it now? I am very, very, very tempted to. I know without any shadow of doubt, I could do this in under a week. Easy. If I spent all day at it, I reckon I could knock it out in a couple of days. And the reason I don't want to do it is because I started 2 Loco. You probably know about this if you know anything about me. I started 2 Loco kits and moved. Big mistake. You lost your mojo. I had a B1 going, and I've still got the Grizzly A4 going, and I'm getting very close to finishing this. So I feel before I touch this, I've got to finish that. With it, I don't care. I've got to finish it. So the temptation not to open this is immense. But I want to finish this within the next few months. What can I say about this kit? Well, these are very, very easy to build. All Connoisseur kits are easy to build. In fact, I'll tell you this, and probably every other O-gauge model will tell you this. If someone says, what should I start with first? Without a doubt, if you're going to build from brass, and I'm not talking about wagons, although Jim does wagons, probably the best thing to start is with a wagon. Do a Connoisseur Loco kit, because you won't get your fingers burnt. You won't think, oh God, I wish I never bought it. And Jim, you got support from Jim. You can ring him up and he'll help you. Easy to build, very easy to build. Fantastic instructions, fantastic parts, simple. You know, won't be left scratching your head. What did he mean? You won't. And I've got to say this, when I first bought my first kit from Jim, I can remember the words Jim said to me. He said, Steve, I'm a simple man. He said he was an electrician and he is used to using drawings, not reams and reams of Shakespearean text. Now, some manufacturers like to waffle on and you think, I still don't know what he's talking about. These, Jim said, I use drawings, and so that is basically the psych in these kits. Part 1 goes with part 2. You can see what part 1 is, you can see what part 2 is, and they go together. That's how simple they are. And when Jim said he was a simple man doing that, he's produced simple kits. He will also point out to you, which is true, and I think he points it out here, listen, this is not a showstopper, bells and whistles kit. It's I think he used the words, it's a bread and butter Loco. It's a Loco you can build, you can put on the track, and you can run it. I'm not saying the others, like, you can't, but, well, you can, obviously you do. But the others have got all the bells and whistles. Yeah, all the bells and whistles on it. So this is basic things. You can replace buffers. You can put extra, you can get your photos, put any extra details on you want. I don't think this one comes with sanders. So I'll add those. Although probably if I didn't put them on, you wouldn't notice anyway. So there's loads of little bits you can add to enhance the kit. And if you were really, 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 really good and wanted to do it, you could make it more, well, you could just bring it up to a showcase standard. Although, to be honest, when you build these, I don't care, they look brilliant. They're everything I could ever want from a Loco to run on my layout. I mean, similar to this. And this is probably one of the best. I feel like I excelled with this one. With lining and everything. Don't look too closely if you're a professional. But, you know, it's a bread. Oh, this one didn't have sanders. I had to go and buy those. Or you can make them up. But I did it. And if I can, well, I will build it to that standard. So, yeah, I'll leave a link to Connoisseur down in the instruction, down in the below in the link, so you can visit Jim's site and see what he's got to offer. And as I said, you won't find this. He's dropped a couple of Loco kits since I built the J50. He dropped a few years ago. It's something to do with he doesn't want to go over. He doesn't want to sell too much because all of a sudden you've got the tax man looking at him. Don't they look at everybody? Normally with a funny look on their face. Anyway, look, that's it from me. No nutty station masters from West Green today. I won't even mention his name. Storm. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please give us a subscribe to my channel. I look, whether you comment or not, always give me a like. And whatever silly ads come up on my channel, I don't get paid for them. I hate YouTube ads. They annoy me senselessly. Anyway, thanks for watching.